Thank you for listening. This is Lazuli from New Tribe. Hear me out for a second. At the age of 19 and 20, I wanted to go pro in soccer. However, I really had no idea of how I was going to get there. I was going through some tough times. I was living with my friend at the moment, abusing marijuana, abusing alcohol, even really abusing the time of my friends, not really appreciating at the moment. I met women that I couldn't even invest my life into. I was a wreck, in all honesty, I was a wreck. And I would really say it was equivalent to moving with flip-flops in the mud, in the wild. Just no vision on how to get where I wanted to go, and just lost. Just really lost. I mean, I had no foundation at all to move anywhere. We need a foundation so we can start moving forward in our lives. To create anything better for ourselves, we gotta have a vantage point to at least move through life with confidence. So what I ended up doing was I ended up moving back in with my mom. Even though we didn't really see eye to eye, I felt it was the best decision. One thing I had to learn was to start being selfish. But not being selfish in the way people usually think. More so being selfish with a purpose. I had to start hearing my inner voice. Hear what it was telling me all along. Hear how it was leading me astray, and I had to start teaching my own inner voice to hone in on my goals and actually be an ally for once. I then started making my inner voice the loudest and the most important. Of course, you have people in your life that are going to tell you you can't accomplish anything and you should take the easy route. You should work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, or you should join the military just to join the military. They know it's not what you want. They just don't know what you can do with your life, so they feel they should push anything that they can. They're trying their best to be good people and they love you, but you love yourself the most. And you know what's best for you, but you have to listen to your inner voice to figure that out. You have to relearn who you are, who you were, and where you want to go. Once I relearned that, I figured out that I was sincerely a ass. I was a person getting in my own way all the time. And once I realized that, I had to make a change. I started going to YouTube, watching videos with inspiration behind it, reading books that taught me new things and gave me new perspectives. I started looking up to new people, started withdrawing myself from all the negativity out there. And I got to a point where I started to ask myself who I wanted to be. Once it became clear to me, I started gaining clarity. Once I gained clarity, I was able to make better decisions. Now, of course, what clarity does for you is as simple as this, right? In order for you to move throughout life, it's like a game of chess. Before you move a piece, you don't move a piece just to move it. You acknowledge what's going on the board. You acknowledge where you want to go, and you acknowledge what are some bumps on the road, what are some obstacles ahead. So before you even move that piece, you make several moves beforehand, so that way you can move with absolute confidence. Just like if I wanted to go pro, right? I had to be fit. I had to eat well. I had to train harder. I had to be mentally prepared to go on the field, and so I can do the best that I could. And I really wasn't at the time, And so I started really figuring out, what are some of these steps I need to start making? Okay, alright, so let me start eating healthier. Alright, let me start reading more. Let me get around better people. Let me love myself more, so I can gain that inner confidence to chase after whatever I wanted to chase after. Now, of course, those steps you want to take do not appear easy at all. Some people have a hard time changing their diet or running 6 to 12 miles. They have a really difficult time doing that. But I tell those people, take the jump. Of course, you have to understand the sacrifices you have to take. You gotta be prepared to make those risks to get where you want to go. But you have to take the jump. You've spent so much time, I spent so much time training my inner voice to be my closest ally. Let me start to trust it, is what I told myself. And either way, those risks that I will take will either propel me or at least give me some priceless lessons if I lose or not. One thing I always tell myself is there's wins and there's L's. Now, the L's don't have to stand for losses. they can stand for lessons. The path to success is paved with failure, something I always tell myself. So either way, of course, I started out just building my own foundation, being selfish with a purpose. Then once I became selfish with a purpose, learn to trust my inner voice, I gained more clarity and I utilized that to make better decisions in my life. So when it got time for me to do it, I took the jump, and then I was finally able to gain some type of traction in my life to start making my way. Thank you so much for listening. This is Hear Me Out. This is Lazuli representing New Tribe. If you like what you hear, click the like button, hit subscribe. Of course, more content's coming your way. I definitely appreciate you hearing me out. If you have any tips, any tricks you'd like to, go ahead, put in the comment section below. Let's go ahead, if this helps anybody out there, I would really appreciate it. And if you have more to offer, go ahead, put in the comment section. You'll know who you might help out. Thank you.